Today we are doing Surah Al-Ghashiyah, number 88. Start with Sanya, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هل أتاك حديث الغاشية. Has the news of the overwhelming event reached you? The overwhelming, the resurrection which will overshadow the whole world. One should know that here the hereafter as a whole is being depicted, which comprehends all the stages from the upsetting of the present system to the resurrection of all human beings and the dispensation of rewards and punishments from the divine court. Wujuhun yawmaizin khashiya. Some faces that day shall be downcast with fear. Some faces, some persons, for the face is the most conspicuous part of human body by which man's personality is judged and which reflects the good or bad states through which man passes.
Okay. Very good. Sanya, I put a question mark on a word. How do you say that word?
Yes, sir. I can say world.
Yeah. World. Remember, your teeth and lips should not touch.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
World.
Yeah, so this word pops up again and again. Be careful. So, Jessica, I underlined a few words for you.
Sure. Okay, so repeat after me. Comprehends.
Comprehends.
Yeah, good. So to comprehend is to understand, to know. All right. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The next word is rewards.
Okay. Rewards. Rewards.
One more. Yeah, rewards. Good. You said it better the second time. Yeah. So a reward is like a prize. It's something you get for good behavior, or not always for good behavior, but it's just something you win. You know, a reward. Okay. The next word, it's very difficult. It's not a word people say a lot, but it's sometimes people say it. Repeat after me. Conspicuous.
Conspicuous.
Yeah, there you go. Conspicuous. Something that is conspicuous is something that is noticeable. For example, what this is saying here is the face is usually conspicuous because usually people are not covering their face, so you can see it.
Yeah, very good. Next, let's go with Sumer.
Rahim. Amir Nasiba. Beat oiling out.
So, Sumer, you're breaking off.
Are you hearing me?
No, we are hearing you, but you're breaking up. So, fix something, whatever. Are you at the center or are you at home? Okay, I cannot hear you. Shahzib, you go ahead from the arrow.
Okay, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Amil. Be toiling and worn out. Naran. They shall burn in a fire. To min ainin niya. Their drink
Okay, Shazib, you are having the same problem as Sumer. Shazia, can you read this?
Sure, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amilatun nasiba, be toiling and worn out. Tasla naran hamia, they shall burn in scorching fire. Tuska min ainin aniya, their drink shall be from a boiling spring. Laysa lahum tu'aman illa min dari, they shall have no food except bitter by thorns. Sir, should I continue?
Yeah, 1 second.
Bitter dry thorns.
Yeah, continue, please. Finish the paragraph.
Okay, sir. At some places in the Quran, it has been stated that the dwellers of hell will be given zakum to eat. At another place, it has been said that they will have no other food but gisli, washing food from wounds. And here that their only food will be thorny, dry grass. There is, in fact, no contradiction between these statements. This may as well mean that hell will have many different compartments in which different categories of the criminals will be lodged according to their crimes and subjected to different punishments. This may also mean that if they try to avoid zakum, they will be given gisli, and if they try to avoid even that, they will only get thorny grass. In short, they would get nothing to suit their taste.
Yeah.
Wow. Not a good place to find something to eat. All right.
Be careful. That's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. All right. The first word is dwellers. So repeat after me. Dwellers.
Dwellers.
Yeah. So that's another word for residents.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, people who live somewhere.
Or a house, right?
Well, no, I was talking about the people.
Okay.
So
the dwellers of house. Yeah.
So not I think it's spelled a different way. RSIDENTS.
Resident. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Like, so a person who is a resident somewhere. Yeah. And then the next word is categories.
Categories. Oh, categories.
Yeah, there you go. So different, what's a good word for categories? Types. Yeah.
Types better.
You have different types of people. Some are more dangerous than others. Some are safer than others, and so on and so on. Okay.
Khadija.
Yes, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. La yusminu wala yugni min jo'in. That will neither nourish nor satisfy their hunger. Wajuhum yawmaizin amila naima. On that very day, some faces shall be radiant with joy. Lesaiha razia. We pleased with their striving. Uh, that is they will be overjoyed to see the best results in the hereafter of their endeavors and deeds in the world. They will be satisfied to see that they had in fact made a profitable bargain in that they had adopted a life of faith, virtue, and piety by sacrificing the desires of the flesh, undergone hardships in carrying out their obligations, uh, endured applications in obeying the divine commands, incurred losses and suffered deprivation of benefits and pleasure while trying to avoid sins and acts of disobedience. Sir, can I go ahead?
No, just let's stop here.
Okay. So the first one is well pleased.
Yeah. And I think she said we pleased.
Oh, okay. So just repeat after me. Well pleased.
Well pleased.
Yes. So I guess it's somebody who is pleased very well. It's just kind of emphasizing the fact that it's this person's pleased.
Yes,
Okay.
here well would be very, right? Very
Yeah.
pleased.
Yeah. So the next word is afflictions.
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 Yeah, good, good. And how shall I describe this? I guess it's kind of like a state of pain or distress. It's a bad thing that can happen to you, like disease or a loss of wealth. Right?
Displeasure.
Huh?
Displeasures.
Yeah, displeasures. Yeah, just yeah.
And something that's undesirable, like it could be like for and it could be some challenge in life.
Yeah, yeah. Like if we think of the prophet Job, or I guess in Islam he's called Ayub, right? He had many afflictions.
Yeah.
He had
And
disease and so on.
Yeah, and he had the physical affliction that he was sick for a very long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the next word is pleasures.
Pleasures.
Yep. Let's say it one more time. Pleasures.
Pleasures.
Good. Yeah, so a pleasure is like an opposite of an affliction, or it's like the antonym of affliction. It's something good in your life. Or something that feels good, rather, you know. It can feel good to eat junk food, or it can feel good to sleep for a very long time, or get a massage.
Yeah, for me, the ice cream is a huge pleasure.
Oh yes, ice cream. Definitely a big pleasure.
Especially this time of the year.
Oh, there was one more word to read. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. The last word is disobedience.
Disobedience.
Yeah, yeah. So it's the opposite of obey. It's to disobey, or it's to go against the rules, to not listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me give Sumer another chance.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Fi jannatin aliyah. They will be in a lofty garden. La tasma'u fiha laghiya. Wherein they shall hear no vain talk. This thing has been mentioned at several places in the Quran as a major blessing of paradise.
Just you can just skip the crossed out part. So continue.
Fiha ainun jariya. In it there shall be a flowering spring. Sururun marfua, and couches raised high. Wa akwabun mawzua, and globlets laid out. That is, filled globlets already supplied so that they do not have to ask for them. وَنَمَارِقُ مَصْفُوفَةٌ, and cushions arrayed in rows. وَزَرَابِيُّ مَبْثُوثَةٌ, and rich carpets leveled out. أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى إِبِلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ, do these not observe the camels, how they were created? وَإِلَى السَّمَاءِ كَيْفَ رُفِعَتْ, and the sky, how it was raised high. وَإِلَى جِبَالِ كَيْفَ نُصِبَتْ, and the mountains, how they were fixed. وَإِلَى أَرْضِ كَيْفَ سُطِحَتْ, and the earth, how it was spread out.
Alhamdulillah.
You can say it.
Yeah. Mm.
Sir,
Go
should I
ahead.
read more?
But,
Okay, sir.
you are having a lot of static. I think the mic might be too close to your mouth. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You missed the chance last
Okay, sir.
week. So, continue reading.
That is, if the possibility of the hereafter, have they never looked around themselves and considered how the camels were created, how the heaven was raised high, how the mountains was firmly set, and how the earth was spread out? When all these things could be created and exist before them in their finished form, why can the resurrection not take place? Why cannot a new world come about? And why cannot hell and heaven be possible? Only a foolish and thoughtless person would think that the coming into existence of only those things which he has found existing, on opening his eyes in the world, is possible because they already exist.
Okay. So pretty good. Just a few little things. There's Sumar, are you at the center or are you at home?
Sir, I am at the center.
Okay. Yeah, because there's something going on maybe at the center with the internet issue. Okay. Go ahead, Jessica.
Okay. So the first word is were. So repeat after me. Were.
Were.
Yeah, and that's just the past of the to be verb. So it's not that they are, it's that they were. So in the past, they were firmly set, but now they no longer are.
And you read that as was, or were, or I think you did. So, okay, next.
Okay.
And then the next word is world.
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 V versus W. Remember, when you have V, your upper teeth touch your lower lip. When you say world with W, your teeth do not touch your lips. So try again. World.
World. That was better.
Better.
Yeah.
It'll take time. It will take time.
Yeah.
Let's give Shahzeb a chance.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Fazakir innama anta muzakkir. So render good counsel, for you simply require to counsel. Lasta alayhim bimusaytir, and are not invested with the authority to compel them. That is, if a person does not listen to reason, he may not. You have not been appointed to force the will of the deniers. Your only task is to distinguish the right from the wrong for the people and warn them of the consequence of following the wrong way. So this is the task you should continue to perform. Illa man tawalla wa kafar. But whoever will turn away from the truth, فَيُعَذِّبُهُ اللَّهُ الْعَذَابَ الْأَكْبَرَ. Allah will chastise him with the most terrible chastisement.
Okay, so let's stop here. Few words.
Okay. So the first underlined word is counsel. So repeat after me. Counsel.
Counsel,
Counsel.
counsel,
So not pawn, counsel.
counsel, counsel.
I think it's close. Yeah.
Close. It will take a few more tries. So then we have a squiggly. I think maybe you missed it. It's a simple R.
Yeah. Yeah. So once again, this to be verb, are. And then once again, there's counsel. I think a good way to spell it is, if I could spell how it sounds, is like cow, like the animal, COW, cow, soul.
Yeah. In Urdu we have the word
Counsel,
counsel. Like in Urdu where we have gown for the village, right? So counsel.
counsel.
Yeah, and I guess here the meaning of counsel is advice. Someone's giving you their counsel, someone's giving you their advice.
Yeah. So this is the first time it's used, a render good counsel. It's used as, it's not a verb, but the second time when it's used, it's a verb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like advice. So give me good advice.
Yeah.
Render good advice, and when you have the verb form, the spellings are ADVISE.
Yeah, and to make things even more confusing, there's a difference between giving counsel and a counsel. And I don't know if I'm going to get into that. That might be too confusing.
So hold on a second. So there's a similar word.
Yeah, so a council is a kind of a group of people who are summoned to basically give advice.
Yeah, and I think that actually the local administration, like in the US, it's usually called the, at the mayoral level, municipality. In Pakistan, they're still called councils.
Oh, okay.
So council, we might have a local council where the local representatives meet. Do you guys have council in Laya? Anybody? Do you have a local? Okay. Nobody.
I have council in my village.
Okay, you have a village council. Yeah, local government is not very strong in Pakistan. People are usually not even aware of it. Okay.
Oh wow, it's
Yeah.
a libertarian's dream.
Yeah, well, it's I think even in America, if you ask people that who is your state representative, people don't know, but they
That's very true.
And but people might know actually they're local. So I think there are only enough things you can pay attention to everywhere.
Right. Like everybody knows what's going on with the national election, but very few people know what's going on with the local election, which is kind of sad because the local level is where people have more power.
Yeah.
Right.
But you have less prominence, so less interest.
Yeah.
The same thing, at a city level, where your council or your municipality is where you can have influence or where you can actually change things, but people are usually not involved.
Yeah.
In Pakistan, we have a council, municipality. All right, so a few good words there. So next word is?
All right, so the next word is warn.
Warn.
Yeah, warn.
Warn.
Yeah, so I guess that was just an instance of the W not being pronounced, but you said it better that time. So to warn is to, I guess it's also like advice. You're advising someone about danger, I guess, or something bad.
Yeah, a warning, for example, the students might get for doing something they should not do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's an advice against a bad behavior.
Yeah, yeah. And then speaking of which, the next word is chastisement. So you can repeat after me. Chastisement.
Chastisement.
Yeah, we'll just say it one more time. Chastisement.
Chastisement.
Yeah, so that's also a warning or advice against bad behavior. Yeah.
We're actually almost done with this. Chakib, do you want to just finish this?
Yes, sir. Inna ilayna iyabahum. Surely to us is their return. Inna alayna hisabahum. And then it is for us to call them to account.
Okay, very good. You missed the Arabic word. Summa inna alayna hisabahum.
Sorry, sir. Summa inna alayna hisabahum.
Okay. So, usually we skip the introduction. But introduction, I enjoy reading the instruction myself. So we have enough time. So let's read some of the introduction. Shahzad, continue.
Okay, sir. Name. The surah takes its name from the word in the first verse, Al-Ghashiyah, period of revelation. The whole subject matter of the surah indicates that this too is one of the earliest surahs to be revealed, but this was the period when the Holy Prophet, upon whom be peace, had started preaching his message publicly, and the people of Makkah were hearing it and ignoring it carelessly and thoughtlessly.
Okay, very good. So only one word.
Period. So repeat after me. Period.
Period.
Yeah. So period has two meaning. Well, it has multiple meanings, but the ones we'll get into is one, it's a type of punctuation, like a dot at the end of a sentence, but that's not what it means here. Here it's a portion of time. It's a time. It's a time that something happened.
Duration? Can we say duration?
Yeah, you could say duration. I think you could say like it's a moment in time, like
So surahs are usually the two kind of surahs. The Prophet was born in 570, and I think he died about 632 Common Era. And then about 610 was when there was hijrah, or immigration, or migration. So before that, he was in Makkah. And after that, he was in Medina. So scholars spend time figuring out if the surah was revealed in Makkah or Medina. And it's actually a very interesting debate because where the surah was revealed, then you know the context.
Right. And I've heard that a lot of the shorter surahs were revealed first because he was standing in the busy streets of Mecca, just trying to get people's attention and just try to tell them something in a short period of time. But I've heard that some of the Medina ones are longer because he had more time to like just stand. And I mean that's not always the case, but you know that's the case with some of them. You know that some of the Mecca ones are the short ones.
Yeah. So one other thing, the word Makkah is also spelled Mecca. So the Americans will tend to say Mecca.
That's right.
So, you know, as Jessica was saying the word, I realized that she is saying the American spellings, Mecca. And I think we tend to say it in Pakistan, or maybe, I don't know what the British say, Makkah. Okay, the next one, let's go with Sania. Sania, you there? Shazia.
Theme and subject matter. To understand the subject matter well, one should keep in view the fact that in the initial stage, the preaching of the Holy Prophet, upon whom be peace, mostly centered around 2 points which he wanted to instill in the people's mind and the hereafter. And the people of Makkah were repudiating both. Let us now consider the subject matter and the style of this surah. Tawheed at the outset, in order to arouse the people from their heedlessness, they have been plainly asked, do you have any knowledge of the time when an overwhelming calamity will descend? Immediately after these details of the impending calamity are given as to how the people will be divided into two separate groups and will meet separate ends. One group of the people will go to hell and they will suffer punishments. The second group will go to the sublime paradise and will be provided with blessings.
Okay, just a couple words. One word that I wanted to mention was the word Tawheed, right? So it's the same word in Urdu and Arabic. So te zabar wow. So just, you know, English or Urdu or Arabic is the same word. So Tawheed. Okay, so that's just a side note. So let's start with the first English word.
Okay, so the first English word is subject. Repeat after me, subject.
Subject.
Yeah, so here the word is being used as like topic. You know, what is the topic? What is the subject you're learning about? Sometimes you can learn math, sometimes you can learn English, but that's the subject you are learning in school. The next word is repudiating. So repeat after me, repudiating.
Repudiating.
Yeah, we'll say it one more time, repudiating.
Repudiating.
Yeah. So so to repudiate is to, I guess it's like to deny, to speak against?
Yeah. So to speak against.
Oh, to reject. Reject is a good synonym.
Actually, I usually prefer one word.
Yeah, yeah.
Familiar words.
Yeah.
So repudiating, like the word pu, sound like pew. Pew is a different word as well, but repudiating. Okay, next one.
So the next one is overwhelming.
Pay attention to W here.
Yeah. So repeat.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, we'll say it one more time. Overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Yeah. So when something is overwhelming, I'm just gonna look up to give a good definition of it. I guess one is overpowering.
Okay, good. Next. Shazi, read from me. Sorry, you just read Khadija.
Yes, sir. After thus arousing the theme suddenly changes. The question is asked: don't these people who frown and scorn the teaching of and the news of the hereafter being given by the Quran observe the common things which they experience daily in their lives? Do they never consider the camels camels on whom their whole life activity in the Arabian desert depends came into being, endowed precisely with the same characteristics as were required for the beast needed in their desert life? When they go on their journeys, they seek the sky, the mountains, or the earth. Let them ponder over these three phenomena and consider as to uh, how the sky was stretched above them, how the mountains were erected, and how the earth was spread beneath them. Has all this come about has all this come about without the skill and craftsmanship of an all-powerful, all-wise designer? If they acknowledge that a creator has created all this with great wisdom and power, and that no one else is an associate with him in their creation, why then why then why then do they refuse to accept him alone as their Lord and sustainer? If they acknowledge that that God had the power to create all this, then on what rational ground do they hesitate to acknowledge that God has the power to bring about resurrection, to recreate man, and to make hell and heaven? Sir, can I go ahead?
No, let's stop here.
Okay,
sorry.
so this will be my last one, and then I have to leave. But so the first underlined word is beneath. So repeat after me: beneath.
Beneath.
Yeah. So one more time: beneath.
Beneath.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure you're saying that th there at the end. But beneath also means below. And then I noticed Bilal circled all powerful, and he wrote omnipotent, which is that word we learned or discussed last week. Omnipotent is, it has the Latin roots in it for all and powerful, all powerful. And then there's and, I guess that got missed. And And then there's rational. So the A in rational, the first A in rational is, well, I guess both A's. Both the A's in rational are short vowels. So it's I noticed when you read it, you said rational, but it's the correct way is rational. So repeat after me. Rational.
Rational.
One more time. Rational.
Rational.
Yeah, yeah. And you don't have to roll your R. You can just say the R normally. It's just the A's needs to be short. So one more time. Rational.
Rational.
Yeah, yeah. So that's good enough. Yeah.
Well, how do you say the word, this word here?
So that's where it gets complicated. Sometimes people say ration, or sometimes people say ration. I think ration is more correct.
Okay. Ration, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
and they have different meanings, which is complicated. But rational, the basic meaning of rational is logical.
Yeah, logical. So the word ration is used frequently in Pakistan. So a ration means like, a portion of food or this and that.
Yeah.
So, but we say ration. Ration. Yeah. So, but in English, the word is ration. The ration versus rational are two different words, but you also say them different. When you say them, you say them almost. The first part is about the same. Rational. Okay.
And then the last one, the last squiggly is man.
Yeah. And I think it wasn't clear if she was saying man or men. So
okay.
Yeah, so just to enunciate. So I'll finish the last paragraph. We'll let you go, Jessica. Thanks.
Okay. Well, it was so good being with you guys this week. Juma Mubarak.
Oh, thank you. Juma Mubarak.
Mubarak.
Juma Mubarak.
Hafiz.
All right. Sania, you want to read the last paragraph?
Yes, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. After making the truth plain by this concise and rational argument, the address turns from the disbelievers to the Holy Prophet, upon whom be peace, and he told, if these people do not acknowledge the truth, they may not. You have not been empowered to act with authority over them, so that you should coerce them into believing. Your only task is to exhort them. Ultimately, they have to return to us. Then we shall call them to full account and shall inflict a heavy punishment to those who do not believe.
Okay, very good. Punishment on those. Okay, so the first word is truth. Truth. So, well, 1 second. Truth. So right now you were saying te, re, pesh, and te. Okay. So try again, Sanya.
Okay, sir. Truth.
Yeah. Okay.
Truth.
Okay. And then there's the second word, that's coerce. Coerce.
Coerce.
Yeah. So I separated purposefully. So it's coerce them. Coerce.
Coerce.
Okay. So truth, coerce. Okay, very good. And then I think somewhere here on those you missed a word. Okay. So as I said before, excuse me. Sanya, can you read this word?
Yes, sir. Enunciate.
Oh,
sorry. Enunciate.
Very good. Okay. enunciate. Okay, जब आपने, for example, you said truth. That's pretty close, and but how the Americans would say it would be truth. Enunciate करते हैं, for example, so you make sure the word is clear. So आप में से कुछ लोग कई दफा आखिर से s खा जाएंगे. Yeah, let me ask you this. Read these two words.
Okay, sir. Man versus men.
Okay, yeah. So man, men. Okay. So when how you say it, it can become clearer over time. So enunciation means that just to use your tongue, your palate, your teeth, your lips, in a better way. It's in a language. At the end of the day, it depends on our organs for pronunciation. Okay, so same thing. Another word would be say these words.
Okay, sir. Van
Mm-hmm.
versus word. Word.
Yeah. When versus word. Word versus
word.
Okay. So let's stay with you for a minute. So what's the first word here?
Council. Council. Cow. Okay. Council.
Council, right? आपके पास cell phone है?
Yes, sir. I have.
या आप जब आप कुछ चीज बेचते हैं तो आप क्या कहते हैं? So sell something.
Cell. Yes. Council. Okay. Council.
Council. Okay, so you know the word down. This is something similar. Council and okay.
Versus council.
Yeah, council. Okay. जिला काउंसिल होती है पाकिस्तान में, मुझे अभी याद आया, जो जिले के लेवल पे आपकी लोकल गवर्नमेंट होती है. Okay. जिला काउंसिल आप शायद लिया में है आप ये नहीं.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for example, जब पाकिस्तान में इलेक्शन होते हैं तो हम कहते हैं कि जी बड़े इलेक्शन जो MNA की सीट होती है, छोटे इलेक्शन होते हैं वो MPA की सीट होती है, और उसके बाद लोकल काउंसिल या जिला काउंसिल के इलेक्शन होते हैं. So local and zilla. Okay. So anyways, so आहिस्ता आहिस्ता लफ्ज़ों को enunciate करें. Okay, so when, word, world, men. Okay, so learn to enunciate. Okay, that's all for today. Okay, so we did Surah Al-Ghashiyah, number 88, 1 through 26. And we'll stop the recording here.